Hi everyone, welcome back to Whiteboard Circuit, and I'm here today with another business term for you, Black Swan event. Now, if you're interested in business terms and learning kind of how to talk in a business meeting, you can go ahead and watch the playlist above for different business terms we've talked about. But today we're going to visit Black Swan event. So before we continue on with the video, I wanted to give a really quick disclaimer. I am not giving financial advice. Before making any decisions, please make sure you consult a professional advisor and do your own due diligence and research. I am just a college student trying to share knowledge and personal experiences through all the fun, fictional characters. I'm not a professional, and I'm not giving any life or financial advice on this channel. So on with the video. Now, what does this mean? In any situation, an unpredictable event that we didn't necessarily know was going to happen. There was no understanding that this could occur. An event like that happens and it changes the company entirely. It changes how they work. It makes them learn certain stuff. And in hindsight, maybe they can try to convince themselves that, oh, maybe this was predictable. It was just our fault. Maybe this doesn't make sense yet, but let me explain. Let's say there's an electric company. And they've been providing electricity for 20 years. They have solid electrical power grids around the city. Their electricity has been flawless for 20 years. No issues, no outages, nothing. And because of that, because they've been working so well for so long, they don't have any backup generators. They don't have any backup. They don't have personnel. They don't have people to go and fix power grids in case something goes wrong. So they don't have an emergency plan at all. Okay, so they don't have any of this at the start. Because, again, they've been giving flawless electricity for 20 years, so they don't feel the need to kind of create that backup generator. And then all of a sudden, one day what happens is there's a crazy storm or some natural disaster occurs and power outages happen all around the city. What happens then? Well, then they don't have a backup plan, and now the city is left without power for X, Y, even longer amount of time. They could be stuck there for almost a couple weeks without power. So now the company looks back and says, oh, we should have been prepared for an issue in our power grids. We should have had backup generators. We should have had people on call ready to run and go fix those power grids. We should have had technicians, engineers on our team ready to fix anything that goes wrong. So now they completely restructure their company and change it so that they have all of this. They spend another $2 million in creating backup generators in case power outages do occur. So that changes how their company works. That event, the natural disaster, is an example of a Black Swan event. There was no predictability. There was no way you could guess that this would occur. And there was no way of knowing that this event would change how the company worked. A real life example could be the Titanic. We all know the story of the Titanic. Ship hits the iceberg, sinks, so many people die because of it. Because of the Titanic, the concept of lifeboats, the concept of having certain emergency procedures in a ship, in a cruise ship, got developed. Now, maybe this necessarily isn't for one company. This just goes throughout the board in terms of safety. But because of this Black Swan event, we are able to now make cruising, shipping, anything just so much more safer for the people there. So in terms of business, a Black Swan event could be something like the merger of a competitor. Now, what does this mean? Let's say, okay, there's two competing businesses. Same market, they're kind of supplying for the same demand. And all of a sudden, so they're neck on neck, okay? They are doing their things a certain way, they have their certain business strategies, and they're really close to like how much profitability they're making, how much revenue they're making. They're super close to each other. And all of a sudden, business 2 merges with another business 3, and they become significantly better together. Now, mergers are, again, very iffy process, but they become super successful together. Now, this could be a Black Swan event for business 1. They realized, oh, we didn't even consider the fact that this could occur. This wasn't planned. And then they can shift their business strategy to kind of accommodate for the changes that occur. And now they're prepared. Oh, mergers are a real part of business. They could occur, they could happen. And we have to be prepared to shift our business strategy in case. So now what do? Now they start doing market research on similar companies, even if they're not as big. They start focusing on smaller companies, company 4, company 5, company 6. They start looking into their business strategies. What happens if this company merges with company 4? They start getting prepared for events like this. So in certain cases, Black Swan events are important to develop a market space, to develop a business, to make sure that certain companies improve over time. Because if a company stays stagnant without events for 20, 30 years, their tactics can become outdated. And then all of a sudden, when something goes wrong, when the world changes, because of course, in 20 years, you have a whole new generation. When certain things happen, then you don't want issues. So having Black Swan events in business is definitely important. It teaches companies to always stay prepared, to innovate, to evolve as time goes by. Thank you for listening. If you have any terms that you've heard in a business meeting and you're not too sure about, comment them down below and I'll make a video on them. And thank you for listening. Please press that thumbs up button if you enjoyed and that subscribe button to support Whiteboard Circuit. Thank you. Bye.